location here at Lock, just off the South Gippsland Highway in southeastern Victoria, Australia, became a central feature of the mushroom murder trial in May and June 2025 that so captivated the interest of the world. Retired pharmacologist Christine McKenzie found death cap mushrooms on April 18, 2023, a significant event as it turned out. It was the first time in history that death cap mushrooms had ever been credibly reported in South Gippsland. Little more than a month later, however, internationally renowned mycologist Dr. Tom May was visiting the area to give a talk for a local community group, when he also made another sighting of death cap mushrooms here in South Gippsland, the second ever. It was not far out of town here at Nielsen Street in Outram that he saw his mushrooms. Here at this remote location in Outram in Nielsen Street that Dr. Tom May made the second sighting of death cap mushrooms here in South Gippsland on the 21st of May 2023. It was just another one of the sites in South Gippsland that featured in the triple mushroom murder trial in Morwell in May and June 2025. Hartley Wells in Leongatha, where the dehydrator was purchased, a fast food outlet visited by the family, the local cinema, and also the Leongatha Woolworths supermarket, where some of the mushrooms were purchased. Names and places familiar to residents in South Gippsland have punctuated the trial narrative. And it was here in Gibson Street, Leongatha, that Erin Patterson and her young family moved in the latter half of 2022, with plenty of room for the dogs and some sheep to keep the grass down. And this is where the infamous lunch of beef Wellington took place on Saturday the 29th of July 2023, leading to the deaths of 3 lunch guests and the lengthy hospitalisation of a 4th. And the only guest to survive was Ian Wilkinson. Like Korumburra, Leongatha is a safe, supportive, happy town where sport is popular, the schools are well attended, and community services are well resourced. It's the ideal place to bring up a family. Initially, police recovered some leftovers of the meal in a red-top rubbish bin beside the home, but it wasn't until Saturday, August 5, 2023, a week after the lunch, that police returned to do a thorough search of the home. Sadly, by then, 2 of the victims had already died from death cap mushroom poisoning. For nearly 50 years, Korumburra was home for Don and Gail Patterson and Gail's sister Heather and her husband Ian, the pastor of the local Baptist church. Don's remembered by students who went through the Korumburra High School for 25 years while Don was there as probably the best teacher they ever had, and in some cases he changed their lives. The Wilkinsons and the Pattersons visited each other regularly of a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and that didn't include Sundays. They enjoyed a meal up the street at the local pub or having a chat at the local supermarket, and they enjoyed being involved in community life here in Korumburra. victims and 20 witnesses and many places and names familiar to us in South Gippsland, the so-called mushroom murder trial of 2025 was an intensely personal event for many people in this area. More so for the people in Korumburra than down the road at Leongatha, where the lunch of beef Wellington took place on Saturday, July 29, 2023. It was a week later, on Sunday, August the 6th, that the parishioners from the Korumburra Baptist Church came together for the first time after the deaths of sisters Gail Patterson and Heather Wilkinson. Many of them arrived here on the Sunday morning unaware that Don Patterson had also passed away overnight. So as you can imagine, it was a very emotional service.
The Korumburra Hospital, where Don and Gail Patterson were taken on Sunday morning, and from where they were transferred to Melbourne later that evening. The Leongatha Hospital, where Ian and Heather Wilkinson were first cared for, and where Erin Patterson herself was admitted. And the Korumburra Tip, where the deadly dehydrator was disposed of. All of these local locations featured heavily in the mushroom murder trial of 2025.
From the Korumburra Baptist Church to locations in the main street of town, to the donut van on the way to a flying lesson at Tyab and a stop at the Caldermead BP, and even the pet sheep at the Patterson home. It's been an intensely local tragedy, covered not only in the local press, but nationally and internationally as well. Location here in Outram, where those death cap mushrooms came from that went into that meal of beef Wellington on the 29th of July 2023? We'll probably never know.